is I can't do this with the arrow. Sarah down the bottom corner there. Callsign Tactiquinn, and Mr Airsoft Nation himself, Graham.
Hello.
To my side there. We've got a really cool guest with us, someone that I've been really excited to get onto the show, and that's an easy one to point down to because it's Stu, aka Beefy Milsim. If you're following him on Instagram,
probably shouldn't follow me.
Not if you don't want to feel like a shameful human being. It's like, he's doing something really energetic again. And I just feel fat every time I look at it. If it's your first time tuning in, welcome. Thank you for taking some time out on your Monday evening to come and talk some utter airsoft nonsense with the four of us. And tonight it's going to be about talking to Stu, who I think's got a really interesting journey through the world of airsoft. So I've got a shed load of questions that I want to answer, but obviously you can ask questions as we go. If you're joining us on the live feed, you can just blow up in the comment section and just go mad. I usually go through it about 2 hours after we finished, and just it's mad in there. There's some degenerate people that watch this show. One guy.
DMs.
Well, I mean, I've been told that I have to mention a guy called Roops, who every week without fail says I look sexy, which just proves. Even blind people can use the internet.
Really not watching.
Yeah, well, maybe he's listening because this is now a podcast as well, and I've got to remember to not make loads of visual jokes that people that are listening on the podcast side of things, whether it's through iTunes or Barnyard or whatever they're all called. I have no idea. I get all my podcasts from iTunes, so if you find it there, it's so easy. It's at Airsoft Radio, as always. YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. What is Twitch? Graham, you'll have to one day tell me what Twitch is.
Legitimately, I've never heard of it. We're on Twitch, and I was like, "What is that?" And I still don't know what it is.
Amazon bought it for £1 billion. It started off as a guy. We are talking probably 10 years ago, who had a camera and a backpack with a PC, walking around his street and basically filming his day. We are talking many years ago. And then it transferred into a gaming platform. They relaunched as Twitch. It used to be called Justin TV for the guy Justin who walked around. But it's now a massive gaming platform, and I know a lot of the airsofters do use it. So, worth $1 billion.
So it's like MySpace. Is it MySpace?
Basically, Beefy.
Yeah. The way Facebook's going, Twitch may be the only place to watch half these videos.
So if you are on Twitch, please let us know. We'd love to know that someone's watching it on Twitch. Today, as I said, today's show is all about having Stu on board. We've got a lot to get through. Like I say, I've got tons of questions like, how do you go from a Royal Navy Commando Helicopter Force Engineer, which you're going to have to explain what that is, because it sounds epic, to shooting plastic BBs at one another. What is that journey? So we're going to talk about that and Milsims, all sorts of bits and pieces, and hopefully along the way we'll have some of the audience throwing up some questions as well. So thank you, Stu, for taking time out on your Monday night. I take it you're not a Game of Thrones fan.
I've never seen an episode of it.
Everyone said Amazon the other day. Well, leaked on 4 hours in Germany.
I think I live in a cave because I don't know what Twitch is and I don't watch Game of Thrones. But whatever, it's cool.
It's all right. I've got a cave as well. I've no interest in Twitch, or maybe you have to get Twitch to watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe it's streamed on there. I don't know. But no, again, thank you very much for taking the time out with us.
Thanks for having me, Jim. Pleasure.
It's weird. I feel like we've spoken about half a dozen times over the last what feels like a year, but I don't think it's even been that. I mean, like, how long have you been playing Airsoft? Because it seems like you came out of nowhere.
I've been playing Airsoft probably 18 months. So my first game was September 2017. Yeah. So I'm actually quite a baby at it.
I was going to say, I think you may be... Sarah, have you been playing longer?
September 2016. So
you just need 20 years then. Like, wow.
No.
That's insane.
That's cooperator there.
Yeah. I didn't think she was that old, but yeah.
No.
You are the first guest, the youngest of the guests in Airsoft experience, and that's quite cool. I don't think I'll outshoot you given your experience, but
probably will. I'm terrible. Yeah, so 18 months, and I've got to thank Aaron, who's on our team, Panda MN Airsoft or whatever. Drop a link in there. So I met him doing CrossFit. I used to coach him at CrossFit, and he runs a company called
Way too energetic.
Yeah, it is. And I saw he had this post up and it was like, doing Airsoft. And I was like, what the hell is that? And I messaged him. I was like, and I saw stuff like from Sterling popped up on like my feed. And I was like, that's actually looks wicked. And I said to Al, so I messaged him. I was like, take me to Airsoft. And he was like, fine. And then that's it. Like, just got the bug, as you do.
Yep, I think we're all guilty of that, and I think anyone listening to this has got the same addiction. Maybe we should all meet on Monday nights and.
What night is tonight?
It's not so anonymous now, is it?
No, my wife is just sick of me buying all this gear. But it's just like, I don't know. You never. I'm like, I've got enough, and then it's like, wow. That looks sick. I'm gonna get that.
You can never have enough.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's kind of like where that trade-off is. Kind of like, there's got to be a point where you're like, I'm playing this much and I'm spending this much. I think there's two things. I think there's playing Airsoft, which is addictive, and I think the gears obviously goes hand in hand. But that's a separate thing. I think like our team chat, our group chat is just every day, just chatting. Well, normally. Chatting shit, but we chat a lot about gear and different loadouts, and someone's got this bit of Gucci, this and that. So I think it's just we're all gear whores, aren't we? As well, at the end of the day,
it's like being an action man, isn't it? You instead of dressing up a small little toy, you get to dress up yourself. And there we go.
Hey.
so that was at SEO at January. So my wife. I packed my Bergen, and she snuck down and got this from a charity shop. Started getting my Bergens. When I got on the op, I was like, "What the hell's this?" And she wrote Beefy on the. I don't think you can see that.
Oh,
amazing!
So he comes on all the ops now with us.
That was that game where you stabbed me in the back, wasn't it?
Yeah, I genuinely felt so bad about that. Because so Gary messaged us and he's like, "Oh yeah, we're doing this in January, and I want you guys to do this." And there's a twist, and I was like, "Okay." And he said, "I'm like, yeah, cool. Like, we'll do whatever. Like, sounds fun." And then I think the guilt hit when just before we started, when we were having a chat about what's going on. I was like, "Oh no, I just feel so bad. Jim's such a nice guy, and I'm gonna like completely destroy him here." But it was good,
and that's where I had you fooled because I'm a dick.
But you got us back in the evening. Fair play.
It
pretty good.
It was just walking into the middle of your fob, and you just went, "I'm really sorry, Jim," just from in the darkness.
Yeah, I was literally like, "He's going to beat me up." But that was
yeah, right.
I like that because it had. The thing is now, I'm worried for the next one because I'm like. I know the role we're doing. There's no like hidden things. And I'm thinking, I know Jim's going to get us here. I know he's going to mess us up.
I've got no idea what's happening at the next one. It's always a surprise to me as well. It's one of the reasons I like doing Terry's events. So it's SEO. Yeah, you've been on a couple of ones in the past, haven't you, Graham?
Yes.
And it's weird because it's definitely a mixed bag doing those events. You get some people that love them, and some people that hate them. I think I'm with Stu in that you fall into the category of it's really enjoyable because it's not like anything else that's out there, and it's it's finding its feet as well. So
yeah, it's finding its
shout
feet.
out to Terry.
I think it's got its own niche. Big fan of Terry as well, because you've got like Sterling, where you've got the whole command structure, the vehicles, and it's like serious in a good way, and that's why I go to them. And then you've got Terry, which is he's running his Milsims, but you don't have all the vehicles and all the bells and whistles, but it's just more about that immersive gameplay. And I think what he does with what he has is brilliant. And I'm buzzing for the next one. Like, I think it's going to be awesome. Because as I understand, the whole team's coming minus Aaron because he's like injured his back really badly. So there'll be 7 of us, and Tim and Richie are going to join us as well. So there'll be 9 of us on that side. So that'd be good.
For those that don't know, it's Tim and Richie of the Heresy Group.
The Heresy Group. Everyone knows them. They're that famous group.
Well, everyone should do. I mean, again, you must be living in a cave if you haven't seen Richie burning stuff on the internet and setting literally the world on fire. And I was talking to Richie the other day, and hopefully we're going to get him on here fairly soon as well.
You've got to. I love that boy. Just the funny thing is, like, you see their videos and that, and you see a bit of their, on their Instagram, a bit of their personality. But when you actually talk to them, like I know them really well. Like Tim rings me up, and I was on the phone to Richie last night actually, and I love it because they've got a really dark sense of humor, like me, like really, really, really dark sense of humor, and I think that's why we get on. So you need to get.
They are like 2 naughty schoolboys.
Yeah, like
always causing mischief,
literally they are. And do you know what? Like whenever I'm like a game with them, it's like I know it's gonna be good because we'll be in like they'll be. It sounds bad, but when they're doing the safety brief, we'll just be laughing about something or taking the piss out of something, and it's just. And I'm like, it's gonna be a good day. It's always a good time with those boys. That's why I love them. Always a good time. And I'm doing Catterick with. I'm on. Richie's team this weekend coming, so really looking forward to that as well. That should be a good laugh. Cool.
Well, I was going to have a little lightning round just to sort of loosen things up, but it's wicked that you're such like this is the same person that you are now is the same person you meet for the first time when you roll up onto a site. So No, I just hate you because it's the physical fitness and it's like, oh yeah, I'm really cool, but I'm not kind of thing. It's like,
whatever.
Exactly. It's like I'm the prettiest girl here, kind of thing. But we'll do the lightning round anyway, because again, I'm curious about some of the answers to this. So,
okay, go.
Are you a dog or a cat guy?
100% dogs. Hate cats. Sorry,
wow.
I don't like cats.
Your friendship with Richie's just come to an end.
I know. I've had cats many moons ago with an ex, and for the first month, brilliant little kittens. Oh, they're really cute, and they actually want your attention. And then after that, they just wreck everything and hate you. I've got a lab, and she's awesome. Yep, dog. 100%
awesome.
Dog.
Labs. Yep, good shout. Best music to listen to while you're working out. I know that's something you do quite a bit. So
probably Slipknot, like metal.
Cool.
My favorite music's punk, but yeah, metal. I love Slipknot, like epic, which is why I've got like that inspired. So I've got the
awesome
because of just love them.
Okay, then follow-on question: favorite Slipknot track?
I like Wait and Bleed. Psychosocial, it's hard. Left Behind's pretty good. Like, I like the stuff from like the first 3 albums, like the heaviest stuff.
I only like Wait and Bleed from Resident Evil. That's the only reason I know that track. That's the only reason.
It's a sick track.
I love Slipknot and Five Finger Death Punch and a lot of those bands. And I do find. Sorry, say again.
Deftones.
Deftones, awesome. Although I do find that like an hour after I've been listening to it, I need to just sit down somewhere quiet and just calm down.
So I'm like blaring like Slipknot, on the way home from work stuck in the M25, and I'm like, I just need to watch something, listen to something a bit chilled now, because I'm just like,
you do. I just want to rip doors off. It's like a really bad.
I think that's why you take it to a workout.
Exactly.
It kind of counters it nicely.
Exactly.
Well, the reason I don't work out though is because I'm terrified. I'm just going to pick up a weight and throw it at a mirror, and they look really expensive. It's just like you listen to Psychosocial, and you just want to just fucking ruin something, you know?
Yeah. You just want to rip walls down at that point.
Exactly. But yes, Jason, you can have your line or issue. Gotta love a bit of line.
I actually love Lionel Richie. Dance on the Ceiling. That used to be my that was my karaoke go-to, but that was many years ago. Fact.
That sounds like there's a story involved in that. Okay, so as an ex-service person, DPM or MTP?
I was in the year of DPM. I left just before MTP came out, so DPM.
So fuck MTP.
Yeah. They got all the. As soon as I left, they got all the Gucci helmets and that, and I had the old school. Like my first Iraq tour, not joking. I had it was called ECBA, and it was like a flak jacket, and you had the plate literally was like that big, just to cover your heart.
It's like the old Northern Ireland.
The plate was like.
Shit.
Not even it was actually. I've got some knee pads that's doing a load up. The plate was about that big.
Oh my god!
That's all we had, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty.
That's hardcore.
And then and then as soon as the mortars are coming, you're like, this. I don't feel safe in this body armor. So I feel like we've been ripped off here.
We'll get into a little bit of your time in Iraq and Afghanistan as well in a bit. But favourite cheat day meal?
Favourite cheat day meal.
Every day's a cheat day.
It's for me.
Exactly.
I like pizza, but I'd probably say roast pork.
Oh.
I do great roast pork. It's one of the few things I can cook. Yeah.
That sounds like we're going to need to all come round and put that to the test.
Anytime, yeah. And best roast potatoes ever.
Now that is a challenge. Interesting one, because I know you've put a couple of things out on social media about it, but gas or AEG?
At the minute, gas.
Is that just because the sun's come out? Yeah.
Yeah. So when
August, you'll be like AEGs all the way.
I think while the weather's warm, I love everything about gas. I love that the weapons break down like a real gun. You just oil it up, you need to maintain it. Just for the immersion, love it. Gas is just savage. I'm annoyed when winter's going to come around this year, because I've got the MP7. My new M4, which I'm going to run out for the first time this weekend. I've done a load of upgrades on that, so yeah, it's just gas, man. It actually operates. It's next level. But yeah, winter's completely different. So I'm going back to the start.
Winter, I think it's anything that's not 20 degrees onwards, surely.
Yeah.
Well, today is the ultimate day for gas.
Yeah. Well, I ran at the last Legion. When was that? March. I ran my MP7 on red gas, and it was no problems. And it was probably 12 degrees, 10 degrees, and it was savage. So it wasn't too bad on red. But yeah, I mean, AEG's all year round, isn't it, really? But at the minute, gas, 100% gas.
Okay. What's your favourite Instagram account that you follow?
What, airsoft related?
Anything. Can literally be anything.
I'd rather keep those ones quiet.
just send me a link. Send me a link. It's
Yeah,
fine.
Jim, I'll hook you up later. Trust me. You thank me. Favorite Instagram.
I'll just go on his
account?
account. Look who he's following now.
I like PainX.
Yep.
He probably more for his YouTube, but a big fan of PainX. I like The Rock, puts out some great stuff. Poundland Bandit, have you heard of that? That's hilarious.
Do share.
Poundland Bandit is brilliant. He just puts memes on, but they're just epic. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'd say at the minute, probably next.
Okay, so final one: yomping or tabbing?
Yomping.
Is that just because otherwise
explain
Nick?
it to some people?
Is that just because Nick and Stu will beast you?
Yeah, actually, I should say tabbing just to piss Nick off. No. So the army do it tabbing, don't they? Tactical advanced battle or something. The Marines call it yomping. So. Okay.
Your own marching pace, yeah, yomping. Oh, there he is, Nick. Nick with yomping.
Gambo's on. Tabbing.
Okay. Cool. Well, hopefully that gives us all a bit more of a little insight into the world of Stu. So you said that, like, the world of CrossFit and the world of airsoft kind of combined for you, and that got you started. But sort of having spent time in the Navy,
Her Majesty's fine.
did you not sort of think, oh, this is a bunch of tools running around the woods with toy guns, and this is not what I signed up for, sort of thing? Or?
I still do, yeah. Like, still do.
And you're right.
It's a funny one. So I saw like I did post, and I saw it, and I was like, and I looked into it, and I saw the Sterling stuff. But before that, you kind of see all the patch that looks mental, and I saw the Sterling stuff, and I was like, actually, like, that looks pretty sick. And I think it's the same. I think you go to a skirmish and you see guys wearing like a Predator mask and just wearing rags and just, do you know what I mean? And you just go, what is that guy doing? Like, fair play, he's literally living his best life, but he looks mental. And that side of it I hate. But, like, no judgment, do what you want. And then you have the other side of it where the guys are into their kit and you're building like an inspired, like, modern loadout, and you're using like proper looking weapons, and that's what I like. So yeah, at the minute, there is that sad element. I hate to say it, but there is, in my opinion, that kind of sad, geeky. I mean, everything we do, I'm a geek. Like, we play dress up, but you have that one element that people wear just mental clothes and just really mental rigs, and then you have like the guys that are doing the more kind of realistic looking stuff, which I'll probably fall into.
It's just sort of more grounded, isn't it?
Do you know what? It's one of those things, like, people don't, like, I don't talk about it at work, like, because people just, if you're not into airsoft, I've learned very early on, like, people just don't get it, and then just think, oh, you just run around with a BB gun. Like, well, yeah, but there's more to that. So I just think, screw it, like, I love it. I don't want to, I'll never, like, justify it to anyone. If you're into it, cool, we'll chat about it, but if you're not, do one. You know, that's my kind of, because it is geeky. I'm geek, you know, it is at the end of the day, but I think it's cool. But yeah, to answer your question, it is geeky and cool at the same time, I think.
Also, well, it's a fair assessment, I think. Yeah.
What would you say your split is between skirmishing and Milsim? Since obviously skirmishing is, you know, less military law enforcement, especially in nowadays airsoft.
Yeah. What you mean? How many times? What, my split of me doing it, or the types of guys? So, I mean, this year. So, I pretty much. So my first proper Milsim was Cope Hill, August 2018 or whatever it was. Yeah, last year.
Oh, okay.
So I played skirmishes for about nearly a year, because I got into it quite early on, I realised Milsim's probably more for me. But I was like, I didn't have the kit. I didn't have the. I know I've got the military background, but I didn't have like the airsoft background. So I wanted to kind of get to a level where I thought I could kind of like handle myself. I don't want to turn up in complete budget gear with a crap gun. And do you know what I mean? I wanted to turn up knowing a bit with the right kit and being able to like be effective. So I waited nearly a year before I did a Milsim. My split at the minute, I mean, I'm probably doing more battle sims and Milsims than skirmishes, and it's just because they've come up this year and I've jumped on them. So January we did the SEO Milsim. February I did Sterling. March we did Legion. So, but then I have done a couple of skirmishes, and like we're going to do a skirmish next month. We're going to go South Coast CQB. Some of the guys from the team are going down there. So, I mean, ideally, I'd like to do a battle sim or a Milsim, but I still love skirmishes because you can just, you know, I love it. We can just go out any loadout, you know, and just go and have a laugh. So I definitely love them. It's just my time, you know, with a family, I've got to kind of prioritize. And if there's a wicked Milsim going down, I'll do that over a skirmish.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely not anti skirmish. I mean, we're gonna run a skirmish, you know, in June. So I'm definitely, I love a skirmish. It's just, if I've got a weekend where I can do a Milsim or a skirmish, I'll do a Milsim.
Yeah, your mindset's more towards Milsim, but it doesn't mean you won't go out and enjoy a good skirmish.
Yeah,
but it's a completely different field, isn't it?
Exactly. And like I've got an E&L AK-74, which Jim would have seen at the SEO Milsim we did in January. And I don't have like a loadout for that, but I want to skirmish that. Like I wouldn't use it as a Milsim unless I was doing Op 4, which I probably won't be doing this year. So I'm gagging to go to a skirmish and just to run that out, you know, and just do a like a contractor loadout or something like that. Which, you know, I think that's the cool thing about skirmish. You can just kind of try out different loadouts, different weapons that you might not necessarily want to take to a Milsim. So
whatever's in the dressing up box. Yeah,
literally, yeah. So
cool.
Sarah, you've done one Milsim, right?
I have, yeah. I did the Blue Fox one back in November 2016 at the Fire College. Yeah, the one that never happened again. So, but I mean, it was an incredible sight. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was an experience. It was definitely an experience. But it wasn't for me. It's just not.
It's not for everyone.
I just don't like being told what to do. That's my issue. I don't like being someone bossing me around.
I won't say who it is, but I was talking to someone. I can't even say that because it's a giveaway. But talking to someone that does YouTube, and I want to join your team, and I was like, well, we're not recruiting. We're all mates. We're very tight knit now, so I don't want to just throw someone in. And I basically said that we're not, you know, thanks, appreciate the interest, but you know. And then he was trying, but I want to do Milsims on this, and I was like, yeah, but like, do you like to be told what to do? And he was like, oh, you don't have to do stag, do you? And I was like, yeah, you do have to do stag, like through the night, like that's what a Milsim is. Like it's military simulation, like you have all those crappier points, but then that gives it the immersion, right? And he's like, and I was like you said, Sarah, if you don't like being told what to do, don't do it. Like, you know, you're supposed to have fun. It's not for everyone.
Go up for.
Everyone on Op 4 is like, it's sick. And do you know what? At Cope Hill, I wish I'd been Op 4 because that looked sick. They were like,
I only go Op 4 at this point.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes you can have more fun being Op 4, but then there's also that sort of thing.
There's still a level of structure of what's going on, but
I
get
think
a little bit more
it's
flexibility.
It's definitely loose. I mean, we're at Cope Hill. We had an op. We hit some houses, or it was about 3-4 in the morning. We were literally just like we knew that the guys from Cold Spear, we knew where they were sleeping because we'd hit them in the day, and we were just literally like, it was literally like we were returning to base. We're like, can we just go and hit them? And they were like, no, because it wasn't part of the plan. So Jamie Britt, what's up, dude? I just saw his thing pop. So they took us back to base, and we were a bit friendless because we were like, we just wanted to do one more hit, but it's, that's the whole point. It's not a skirmish. It's it's got a structure, and that's why you do it, and it's there for a reason. But I love it, so that's what I try and do as many as I can.
Cool.
I think as well, if you've got the skill base already there, then it must feel quite natural to you to be able to do the Milsims rather than just skirmish days.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, like SETI, you're camping out, you're eating ration packs, done that before. It's been many years. I mean, I left 10 years ago now, but I've done it before. So, not that I knew, kind of knew what to expect from it, because I'm like, well, I've done exercise in the field, so I know what it's like to sleep out with crappy weather and eat rat packs and all that. But I guess, not that, you might love airsoft, but you don't want to go camping per se. So the Milsim's not for you. But yeah, it definitely transcends. You have those skills that you learn.
Yeah.
Especially when, I don't know if Scambo's still on there, but when he had his basher set up at SEO so he could return fire, but he forgot to put his iPro on, but that's another story. And it's cool that we've got Nick on the team and Smalls at ex-Bootnecks, because then obviously they've done that 10, 20 times more than I have. So we learn stuff from them, as a team. So yeah, and I like that. I like hitting buildings and doing all the firefights, but I also learn a little bit of fieldcraft and admin, how to square your Bergen away and all that kind of stuff. I like the whole experience of it.
Just read some of the comments in here already. I know we're going to talk about this later, about physical fitness, especially when it comes to Milsims, but do you think there's an element of mindset more than anything else? Because obviously you're only going from 12 hours or even 24 hours. There aren't a lot that go beyond that. Because, I mean, from a fitness point of view, there's no way to say that I'm fit, but in terms of the mindset, that's what I think's always helped me out in a lot of these Milsims. I think that's where a lot of people have fallen short.
You know what? You could literally turn up to a Milsim and be really unfit, and you'd be fine. They don't run you into the ground per se. I think, you're right. So when it's 2:00 in the morning and it's snowing and you're freezing cold, it's not fitness that gets you through that, it's your mind, right? So when you're uncomfortable, it's definitely your mind. And you can be mad fit, and you've got no willpower. You're hungry or you're cold, I'm going to wrap it in. So I think in that sense, it's completely mind over matter. All I'd say is, the fitter you are, the more you can do. So the more you can do, the more you're going to get out of the Milsim. That's my only side to it. If you're unfit and you're struggling to keep up, you're probably going to take more breaks, and then you're how much gameplay you're getting in, you're paying all this money. That's just my side of it. But yeah, for a Milsim, I think I've seen guys that are massive and are really unfit there, and they're fine, they breeze it. So you don't have to be fit to do Milsim. At the end of the day, just have that mindset. Your mindset's everything.
Absolutely. Jim, back to you.
Cool. Well, I was going to say, we brought it up a couple of times, but so you joined the Navy, and when was that?
God, 2004, back end of 2004.
Oh, was that fresh out of school, or?
No, I did. I said I went to college for 2 years. Did do a lot. That's another story. So the thing is, I joined. I was always going to join the military. But when I left school, I was 16, and I was I just didn't feel ready to go in. So I went to college for 2 years, and then I joined up. So I was 18, 19 when I joined up. Yeah.
And why the Navy? Why not go bootneck and stop hearing
so funny
Nick all the time?
Nick's gonna rip me a new one when I say this, but I was actually going to join the army. Like, that's what I was going to do. I was going to join the army. And I sent off all the information. I never actually received it. And I grew up in a fishing town called Lewin, Cornwall. You'd always see all the frigates and all the ships. And I had a couple of mates join the Navy. So I was like, I'll have a look. So I went down to careers office and liked what they had on offer. So, yeah, I joined the Navy instead.
Cool. And so when you joined the Navy, helicopters, when did that come into it? Because I've seen some of those pictures that you put up on Instagram, and that doesn't look very Navy.
No, this is the weird thing. So I joined the Navy, and the reason I didn't go like boot neck or infantry, I wanted to. My dad was like, just like, I didn't realize that you could join the Marines, and like Nick was like VM, like vehicle mechanic. I didn't know you could do that. I thought you just join the Marines and you'd be like infantry, then you'd leave, and you're like, well, I've got no skills. Like, I didn't get how it all worked, which it's different. That's not the case. So he was like, just get a trade. Like, whatever you do, try and get a trade. So I went down to careers office, and one of the things I recruit for was aircraft engineers. And I was like, well, boom, there's my trade. I love aircraft. Cool, I'll do that. And then once I got in, I learned about, so I did all my basic training. It was like my trade training. And then that's when you put a draft in for what squad you want to go. So you learn about squadrons and different types of aircraft you'll be working on. And at the time, the Merlins were like the new aircraft, and everyone wanted to do Merlins. And we still had Harriers, and guys wanted to do jets. And I was like, that's kind of boring. And then I had this like old shitty green Sea King, and they're like, oh, it's Commando Helicopter Force. And they said what it does. And I was like, that's what I want to do, because I get like the soldiering kind of side to it as well as doing my trade side. So CHF's kind of a funny thing. So it's Royal Navy, but it actually comes under the Free Commando Brigade Royal Marines. And there's 845, 846, 847, 848 Squadron. And they basically, in layman's term, ferry the Marines and Special Forces around. In layman's term, that's what we did. So we had to, as an engineer, you had to do extra training to maintain the aircraft in the field and do like, so we never actually did this because we'd deploy in like Iraq, and you'd be at an air base or something, but we were trained to forward deploy as a unit, set up like our own little fob where as an engineer you'd have to then do all the maintenance for the aircraft, but then you'd have to do like patrols and all like your soldering kind of side of it. And that's why you have to learn all your field craft, and we did all that kind of side to it, which is why I want to do it, which is cool. So we did like a course, like Marines like trained us up. So effectively you could then patrol, you did all your anti-ambush drills, anti-vehicle ambush drills, and all that kind of fun stuff. So when we deployed, you're Navy, but you've got your own weapon, you've got all your fighting order. So if anything happens, you can protect yourself and whatnot. So yeah, it was cool doing, like, that's why I want to do it, doing that kind of side of it. Yeah, that's Basra, Bas Bados. Yeah, good times, good times.
I like that.
So you did 3 operational tours in total.
Yeah,
in your time in the Navy.
Yeah, so I did 2 tours of Iraq, both at Basra. That was fun. And then our squadron 845, we started to pick up Afghanistan. So then I had about a year back in the UK before we deployed to Afghan. And for us, Afghan, we were down at Kandahar, did a bit of time in Bastion, but it was relative. I mean, I didn't go outside the wire. It was. I mean, we got hit probably twice a week, something like that, with rockets, whereas Iraq was like twice a day, for like 4 months. That was pretty gnarly. So for me, Afghan was easier, but Iraq was that was the hard graft. That was pretty intense at times. Yeah.
Wow. So, I think for most of us that are either here or watching this, I mean that's something that it all sounds well and good until you're actually doing it, and obviously for you to then, like, one of the things that I find interesting about ex-service people that play airsoft is that sort of line of like do you know what? This is a busman's holiday. I've done this for real. I've got no issue with standing around with a bunch of people that haven't been trained, don't know what they're doing, and are all going to gob off just because they've watched this week's episode of SEAL Team, like they're SF. And
I try precision and think they're really cool, but that's
well.
If the thing is with that is like, and this goes both ways. So you get like a load of ex-servicemen just think, oh, because they're like commando trained, they'd be amazing at airsoft. And it's like, yeah, some stuff, you've got a gun, you're fighting an enemy, but at the same time, like some of the best people I know at airsoft would never served. It is different. Like your engagement distances are what, 20, 30 foot. It's a different ball game. But then obviously like we've got like Nick, Smallsy, those guys are like awesome players. So it pays off. It does pay off. But you could have some guy who's like, oh, I'm ex-army, and they rock up and they're shit. Like I've seen it. Like and I also hate the people that are veterans like think they're amazing. And they want,
and think they're better than everyone else at airsoft.
Yeah. You hear in the safe zone like gobbing off and spinning some dits and stuff. And we had some guy. Oh, it was at the battle sim that Smallsy won. We had some guy in our fob, and he was army. But the stuff he was talking, I just looked at Nick, and we were just like, "This guy's a throbber." Like he just talking so much shit, So. It's both ways, mate. You just because you're a veteran doesn't mean you get airsoft. Nah, when I went, Aaron basically taught me how it works. How an AG works, all that kind of stuff. So he never served. So I think you just gotta like put leave your ego at the door when you walk through an airsoft site. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I think that goes for everyone though. That's not exclusive to.
Yeah.
Like ego's the one thing that ruins a game, and
yes,
and just
massively.
it's just a nightmare. But
yeah.
But I mean, I've not only seen you guys play, and having known Nick and Smallsy prior to Direct Action Group as well, and I always found like they were great guys to just either just sit and watch and see what they do. Like, I mean, I remember Smallsy doing a close target recce, and he literally came out of nowhere. And this was on a Milsim, and you're just like, how the fuck did he do that? And then you just sort of like try and want to learn some of the dark arts to it, but it's but then you realise that that's the guy's bread and butter, and he could do that in his sleep, and it's and then you see someone like Nick who equally is as fun, but he will literally come out. I mean, you said about him shooting out of his bivvy. I think that was at me and Scott as we were running away like school children. But he just had that, I'm not giving up. I don't give a shit. I'm just going to keep going until
I cried. Just like that. There's nutter. That's the cool thing. Like it's like, do you know what? Like with the team, like I started the team purely because I wanted to run with guys that has the same mindset, that wanted the same or similar things out of airsoft. And I was like, right, I want to do a Milsim team. And pretty much, at the start, Aaron joined, like, because he's my boy, like, so it's me, Aaron. Then we had Alex join. So I had a conversation with Alex. So low range skirmisher, I played at Ace once, and I was playing with him, and I was like, I just want to do a team. Like, I was kind of in a team like with some other people. I was like, I want to do a team that's like that does Milsim and wants to like push it, have fun. Obviously, I don't want to be like super serious, but just have a team of like-minded people. He was like down for that. And one by one we kind of picked, and I met Nick, and I was like, dude, we need Nick on the team because we could learn a lot from him. And it's kind of like pretty much picked everyone, and we've got like Ray, who was on the same team as Alex. Like he's like Ray and Alex are just solid players. Like I always try and get people that are better than me, because I'm like, I don't want to be the best person on the team. I want to be the worst, because that means if I'm the best person on the team, like we're fucked. Like if I get the best and it's like they go at it, like they go at it. And everyone brings something to the team. Like that's the whole point. It's like, Steve is like a pyro maniac. He's not even a wizard. He's like a pyromaniac. Like he's built like IEDs and stuff for the team. Jono. So getting Jono on the team, I actually don't know how we got him on the team. So like funny enough, I've run every Milsim with Jono. Just kind of like at the start fluke. Like Cope Hill was, so him and Tim go way back. So I played with him Cope Hill, and he was the RO, and I was like, the guy's squared away. Like he says he's not served. Like he's done something. Like
absolutely, yeah.
Admin is squared away. Like it's ridiculous. Like he's one of the best players like I've met. And
on comms, he's just amazing. I mean,
I say that he's
insane.
Arguably one of, or if not the best RO out there. Like honestly, he's just squared. And then we ran it the first SEO I did. Like he rocked up and was like, "Oh, John, do you want to join?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then since then, every Milsim. And then so we like the SEO. I think it was Wolverine Part 1 with the tag incident. We like if you look at my team that I was running with, so it was at the time just me, Alex, and Nick would dag, right? And I think Ray might have joined us, but Ray wasn't there. I'm not sure. So it's just 3 of us. But then Steve rocked up. First time I ever met Steve, and he rocked up. He needed a team, so we're like, yeah, join us. Jono joined us, and that was like when you look at the picture now back, it was like we're all dag now, and that's how I like it. Like I get a lot of people that like. He is, yes, Aaron's online. He is a ninja. Like the group chat is trying to work out what he does as a job. We're like, he's definitely so
he's got some James Bond shit going on for definite.
And then and then John just said, "Do you want to join?" And he's like, "Yeah." So it was, and Jono's got years, and he's run with, like I said, Tim and Richie, and like he's like a well-seasoned player. And Aaron, probably the nicest guy in Airsoft. Like he runs Patrol Store. He'll get me for that. So he runs Patrol Store. He kits us all out, like sorts us all out. And he is very much he's the QM. Like if we need stuff organized or sorted, he's like, I'll do it. Like he's like almost like the dad of the group. So I'm lucky that I've got those guys. And Smallsy, like ex-Marine. So when we went to Longmoor last, we basically, I said to Smalls, like, I want you as point man because you know what you're doing. And he took us like using the terrain, and we just basically like sneaked in, like all of us, come round the back of the train tracks and just hammered them. They didn't even know. They were so surprised that we got there, So like having that on the team's awesome. And I get people like DM me like, "Can I join your team?" Right? It's like, one, I don't even know. Like, I appreciate like people want to join. That's cool enough. It's like, one, I don't even know you. Like, I've never met you. And 2, like, I've got 7 guys that are just awesome. Like, as an 8, like I think we are just solid. Not saying we're the best team or anything. It's just as a team, like the group chat is on fire. Like we all get on. It's just a great dynamic. And I think 8 for me is a good number to lead. I think any more, and you don't get that tightness. I don't think as a group. So I think we're going to keep it as 8 unless someone leaves. I think that this is the lineup definitely. Like it's lucky. I feel really lucky that I've got the guys that I have on.
I was going to say that one of the things I realised quite quickly after meeting you guys as well before it was even called DAG really was that you were all just willing to listen to whoever was there. You even made the stupid mistake of listening to me at one point, and that ended badly. But and like we said earlier, no egos, no
egos, no ulterior motives. We just want to play, have a laugh. Like I'll learn off anyone. Like I don't care who it is. If someone knows something more than me, I'll hit them up. Like Steve. So my M4. Like I messaged him. He's like, "Oh, I've done these upgrades." So I've got all of my information off Steve because he's like a tech mental genius. So I just, I think ego holds people back. I think you can learn. Someone has something they can teach you. Doesn't matter who they are. Like just leave the ego. So much ego in airsoft. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
And do you find like having an Instagram profile, and I mean, you know, schlub when it comes to Instagram, you got a pretty sizable following, and I imagine half of that's probably the fitness stuff and the other half it's the airsoft stuff as well. But do you find that's made you a bit of a target, having that presence for like, people come up and go, oh, it's that guy? Or
do you know what? I've not had, to my face or online, I've not had any hate. So obviously I do have hate. Like I know I'm a bit of a Marmite guy, right? So I must have hate. It's just they don't do it to my face. Like I'd be like, if someone's got an issue with anything, I'll literally say, well, someone did have an issue. I don't know if we can go into that. And I actually just message him saying, let's meet up. I'm not threatening. Let's meet up. I'm not. I'm sick of this. I'll call you out on Instagram. You'll call me out, but there's a certain line, and if you've got an issue, let's meet face to face, no one around, and we'll just sort it out. However that is, we'll sort it out. Like, I've got no dramas meeting anyone and just sorting it out. People hide behind the keyboard. I've not had any hate towards me. There's probably loads of guys that slag me off behind my back, but do it to my face. That's all I say to that.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's the famous "Where's the beef" incident that you mentioned earlier, which we won't go into too much detail. But it was just a cheap shot,
Yeah. It was quite funny, like fair play. But there's a few other things that were behind the scenes. That wasn't what kicked me off. There's a few things behind the scenes which were said, which were complete lies. So I was like, that's not cool. Like, if you've got issue with me and how I am, fair one. But when you're saying, like, spreading like really bad lies, that's when I'm like, let's meet up. And I think he's soon retracted his statement. So but we won't go into it.
No, things are best left buried in the desert.
Just if anyone wants to know, just DM me. If you follow me, you'll know who it is anyway.
So I mean, again, I find it's weird because having spoken to you and talked to you a few times, you do come across as a nice, genuine guy, and then I was sort of I was shocked to see you kind of doing like charity stuff for I mean, it was for Dan Fu, for those people that have follow him will know that he's going through a bit personally, and it was just like, the whole of DAG sort of stepped up, haven't they, really, in terms of some doing some charity stuff for him. And then I was like, well, of course it's those guys, because they are nice guys. And again, the ego's to one side, and it's about sort of, it seems like from the outside, it's about sort of giving a little bit back.
Yeah, like I said, there's no ego in. I mean, there probably is a bit of ego in the team somewhere, but generally, like, everyone's just sound. And I know Dan well. I've got to know him through Airsoft, and and when it was all going on, he was like texting me and that. And I'm a dad, so I'm like, that's got to be horrendous. And I actually lost my dad to cancer, so I know what cancer can do. And do you know what's funny? So like, we were chatting on a group chat, and I think it was, I want to say it was Alex said, oh, we should do something. We should do like a charity game, or we should raise some money. And this is way before Dan had a Just Giving page. And it was kind of not really, it wasn't out in the social media airspace, or whatever you call it. It wasn't public knowledge. It was just a few people knew. And I was like, some people get too proud to kind of receive help. And I didn't know if Dan, so I didn't want to be like, yeah, cool, and then like put something online, and Dan's going, what the fuck, what are you doing? So I didn't know how Dan reacted. So I was like, listen, let's put that on hold for now. So Dan's not done anything like that. I said, but let's do like a care package. And that's where Aaron came in and just like, send him a kit bag and BBs, and and literally everyone was like, and then like Ray got like a giant unicorn, and a couple of the lads put in like bottles of whiskey for Dan, and like, so we were trying to gather all that, and we live all kind of over the southeast, so we're trying to post stuff to Aaron, and then at this point Dan had done his Just Giving page, so I was like, okay, like, because he wasn't working, he wasn't earning, so that's a stress in itself. So as soon as I knew he'd be like, he would accept that help, I was like, right, what can we do? And then whenever we post like our arrow up and our patches, people were always like, oh, you send them, and I was like, no, team only. And I was like, right. So I got some Andy from Tac Belts, massive shout out to him, because he's probably like the most generous, Scammer, he's probably the most generous person I know. So at first, so we had this package, and so I did a letter, and I was like, all right, what we'll do is we'll make Sonny like an honorary member of the team, and we'll get a DAG patch, like an arrow patch. So I messaged Andy, and I was like, I need a patch. Can you do it like pink or purple with like snow multicam or something? Just something different, something a bit girly. But so he sent one, which is the one we sold, and then he sent one with pink and had like pink like multicam type thing. So I put them in a package, and then Dandy also sent another one, which is sick, in an envelope. So can you send that as well? I was like, yeah. And then I was like, you know what? Why don't we make one of them and sell it? So I asked Andy, I was like, how much would it be? Because obviously we want to raise money. Because if say it costs like 10 quid to make, and we sell it for 20 quid, and then it's posted. And Andy just went, I'll do 20 for free. Like he was like, because I said, I only want to do 20. It's got to be limited edition. So it's, if I just kept selling it takes the value away. If it's a one-off limited edition patch, like people go, oh, this is our only chance to own a DAG patch without being in a team. Not that everyone wants to be in a team, I'm not being, egotistical, but people want the patch because they've messaged me. So I was like, let's just do 20. And so Andy was like, I'll do it, I'll charge you nothing. So he spent his time, money, energy making 20 patches up, sent to us. Aaron was like, I'll handle the shipping, so it's not going to cost people. So every penny went into Dan's fund. And it was like, I think some people paid like £30 because I think we sold it for 20 quid. I can't remember, but people paid like 30. And I think we raised like 420 quid or something just from that, and every penny went in Dan's fund, thanks to basically Aaron and Andy. I just was the face of it. It was amazing. And then obviously we had some team ones done, and we all chipped in as well. So yeah, we've raised quite a bit, and then we've obviously got the grenades. I'm just seeing if I've got mine knocking about somewhere. Oh yeah, I pulled the spoon off because I was just messing about. But we've got these. So this quote on here, I put in the letter to Sonny. So JTAC just sent me a message going, oh, I've seen what you've done with the patches, and I want to help out. I want to do 20 grenades, and we came up with a design together. And again, he's done them like completely free of charge. It's normally like £25 to get them done. And then we've got like the team ones. So we're all donating. They haven't got them yet. So we're all donating a tenner to the team. So it's another 80 quid. So I think we've got like 8 grenades left to sell. And then I think all in, the team would have raised about £1,000 for Dan.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I think it's amazing.
That's
And
fantastic.
the guys are just, the whole team are, behind it all. And that's what I think, like, we've got a social media following, like, use it for good. I don't want to be like every day I'm going to be doing charity stuff or anything like that.
No, but it was obviously a cause that was
cause close
to
to my heart, and obviously Dan's a good friend, and I really felt for him. I think 9-year-old girl going through that is just, I can't imagine what Dan's going through. So we wanted to help out. And now we've got the charity game for Alex. So Alex's cousin Wednesday had to have a testicle removed because of cancer. He has other health issues, which I'll let Alex talk about. But Alex messaged me like a week or two ago and said, I just want to do a charity game, raise some money for my aunt and uncle and my cousin. And yeah, that's what we're organising at the minute.
And this is the game that you're running where you've got yourselves, the Heresy group.
Yeah. So yeah, do you know what? It's funny. So literally I was at work and Alex texted me like, dude, can you talk? I was like, yeah. So I jumped on the phone. He just said, "What's going on?" I was like, "Oh, dude, that's shit. Like, yeah, we'll do something. Like, we'll help you out." And then I think he'd spoken to Aaron. So I was in the car and I rang Aaron and I was like, "Have you spoke to Alex? Like, he wants to do this game." He's like, "Yeah." And Aaron just went, and I was right, because I was going to say, we need some. We're going to do a skirmish, but it can't just be everyone turn up for a skirmish. It needs to have a concept. And Aaron went, "Well, why don't we just get like us and like Tim and Richie and a few others and create a task force and then have everyone else against us, just purely for the concept. So it's a little different, but it's still a skirmish." And I was like, "Yeah." So first person I actually messaged, I text Charlie from Trojan, and I was like, "Dude, I've got." It was literally like, "I have an idea. Like, I want to create a task force." He was like the first person. I was like, "This could go south. We might not get anyone." I was like, "I want to do a task force with like Dag, Trojan, like get some others." And he was just like 1,000,000% up for this. So he was like, "We're down." So I was like, "Sweet." And then I asked, who was next? I think I might have been. It was Red Alpha Group. So I asked those. So I messaged Brooks and I was like, "Dude, I've got Trojan. Do you want to join us?" And he was like, "Yes." Like, he was like, everyone. I was like, it was brilliant. Like, everyone's just well up for it. And I was like, "Cool."
So when is the event? Because I got a few people asking about when is the event and where is it?
15th of June, I think. 15th of June, Airsoft Plantation. It's on a Saturday. It's on a Saturday.
Tickets for South?
Yes. So tickets aren't on sale just yet because we're finalising the booking process. I'm hoping to probably have that out by next week. I'll announce it all. Everyone's messaging me like, "We'll announce everything." And so tickets will go up with a link. And I think at the minute it's going to be capped to 50 or 60 players.
Okay, fantastic.
Against there's about 40 of us, I think. And so then I asked Mustang. He was well up for it. Tim and Richie spoke to him on the phone. They were down with it, you know. So I think it's going to be, it should be a good game. Like, never done a game. I've never hosted a game before, but like the team are behind it. We've got some good ideas for some games, like Capture Mustang. We're going to get some prizes. We had some amazing. Like I was thinking, like, we'll give a Gucci prize, but I'm like, what happens? Because they probably won't capture him because I've been chatting to him of what he's planning. Like, no one's gonna find him, and we'll be like at the end, like, "Does anyone want this?" Because no one, yeah. So we've got like a raffle again, tack belts. I mean, Andy just sent me like, I've got so much stuff from tack belts to like 2-point sling. Like, I use one of these on my Skies. It is Gucci. Like, he's just got everything here. Dead Mammoth Coffee throwing in stuff. Aaron from Patrol Store is going to be throwing in some very Gucci stuff. Jones at Backcountry's, obviously, he messaged us. He's like, I'll give some stuff for the raffle. So should be a good day.
So what style of play are you planning for the day? Is it going to be?
It's going to be a skirmish. Like, it's going to be. It's not going to be. I've had people go, "Is it a Milsim?" No. Like, we're not doing a mad, strict. Like, it's going to be. This game is this objective. It's just the teams will be my task force versus everyone else. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, especially Airsoft Plantations, they've got that mortar pit. So we have a mortar, which if you watch some of the videos on our page, it's pretty sick. Trojan have got a mortar. So I think what we might do is one of the games, we'll get like a 10-15 minute head start. We'll set up in the mortar pit and just let everyone try and take us out. But it's going to be skirmish games. We're going to get some ideas together. But it's not about sim. It's not a Milsim. It's not a super serious. It's just let's raise some money and just go ham on everyone and shoot people in the face. That's basically what we want to do.
And I presume you're going to put this up on your page. So obviously booking's not available now, but if you're listening or you're watching this on the replay, definitely check out the Beefy Milsim Instagram page.
What was the date for the event? Have you got a date confirmed yet?
15th. Scambo confirmed it on textual messagings down there.
Fantastic.
So follow me or anyone or anyone on the team, follow Direct Action Group, follow Nick Scam, 1664, anyone. As soon as it's going to go live, I'll announce it and just say, and send the link out. Probably maybe next week, I think.
Cool.
So yeah,
it's nice to see something happening that's got a bit of a positive spin to it, and it's not just another game for the sake of a game. So, and obviously I've met Alex a couple of times, and positive thoughts to his family as well, because that's got to be and he's such a nice guy. But so moving away from the charity side, from the nice side of Stu, let's go over to the dark side of because I know you've got some bugbears, and I saw a wicked post. Yeah, but I saw a wicked post. Let's do it. and I'll screw up what the post is, so you have to correct me, Stu. But it was words to the effect of, "You can keep your Cry Precision gear. I'm going to sit here with my Emerson, polishing my medals," which I thought was the most polite "fuck you" I'd ever heard, and I thought it was brilliant. I don't know. I just. Yeah, so what is the Cry Brigade that upset?
Do you know what? I'm going to be a bit hypocritical here, because I see a lot of guys that do not even impressions, like full-on reenactments, and they look sick, and they've got all the Gucci stuff, and I generally think that's wicked. I follow a lot of guys that do it, and I'm literally that is sick. So it's not like I hate on it. It's just what I hate is when you've got some kid that's 18. Spent all his money at McDonald's on spent £500-600 on a set of Cries. I just think, and they think they're so cool. They're like, I've got Cry, so I'm better than everyone. It's no, it just means you've either got more money or you want to spend more money on airsoft than someone else. I hate that elitism with people that have got all the Gucci gear think they're better than people that don't have all the Gucci gear. That's my bugbear. I have a mixture of gear. On my plate carrier, I have a Viper pouch. I've got I run everything. My helmet's made by FMA. Actually, do you know what? The new stuff,
it's sick enough.
Yeah. But you could people would go mental if you're Viper. I just don't care. It's it reminds me of being at school and you've got to wear the Ben Sherman shirts. That's probably years ago.
Oh yes.
But you know what I mean? Back in
showing the age here.
Yeah, 34. Yeah. So I don't hate on Cry as such. It's just don't think you're the best player because buying expensive gear doesn't make you a better player. That's my point. You could still be an amazing player and run budget kit. It's TMC, that company have put out some really good stuff at affordable price. It's all the Cry stuff, all ripped off. And I'm just and I've seen an AVS TMC next to a Cry one, and legitimately,
so hard to tell the difference.
But the quality's there as well. So what I'm saying is just shop smart. Yes, there's some kit that you, in my opinion, you got you need, right? So I would say good eye pro, buy good boots, and when people ask me about what gun they should buy, I started up, not hating on ASG, my pistol's ASG, but I got an ASG M4 and it was a heap of shit. It was shit. And I had it for one, I think I used it for 2 games, and I sold a guitar and bought my TM Scar. Because I was I need something that's gonna, so I try and tell people if you can, and everyone's on a budget, I get that, but save up and buy a premium gun if you can.
It's buy cheap or buy twice at the end of the day, isn't it?
And there's some stuff I get why people want to run Cry, but you can get TMC or Emerson.
It rips the same as everything else.
Exactly. Cry's not hardware, and that's what people don't get. I've got claw gear, right, which is I'd say a medium road, maybe price wise, it's not as expensive as Cry. That stuff's bomb proof. I mean, some people have problems probably with it, but it's bomb proof. It's my go-to at a Milsim. Like my claw gear, like love it. Great stuff. Like the night vision goggles, like you got to buy expensive MVG because you either do it or you don't. You can't spend £500 and get a Gen 1. It's just not going to work. Like it will work, but it will be useless. So yeah,
everyone can see you a mile away.
Yeah.
So would you say it's essential if you were looking to go into your first Milsim? Would you still say night vision's essential? Would you say, you know, if you're going to do night ops, stick to urban ones so that you've got a better chance?
No, I don't think night vision's essential. I think I did my first Sterling without night vision, and genuinely, it didn't have any effect. Like I didn't feel like I was missing out. I tried like Richie's and I was like, that is sick. But it wasn't like I was missing out, because basically what would have is the green eyes would hit one building and the white lighters would hit another, so we wouldn't get in other's way. So people that are thinking about doing Milsim but don't have nods, don't be put off because you don't have nods. You don't need them. What I will say is it is sick when you have them. Like,
is it true that some people spend up to 15 grand on them? Is that true?
Oh yeah, you can, like
easy.
Like, they can go like, I think like Tim spec'd up a set and it was like 18 grand or something. He didn't buy them. He was just like, he asked a company, I want this spec.
Well, you look at Acting Black and it starts at like 9 grand, doesn't it? I
went on that website and I was like, nope.
Yeah, it's fun to look at.
I would say, your entry level, i.e., the minimum you could spend, or the unit that you can get that will be effective and good, but is a Cobra Demon, then that's about 1,500. I think anything lower than that, just forget it. I think if you can keep Cobra Demon 1,500, 1,700, something like that, and then you got like my Fleur. So I got the HD tubes in mine, and mine was, I know my wife's listening, but mine was over 2 grand. We've got the same set is there. So that's the same set that Nick got it as well. Because I was like, well, I get this because it had all the spec that I think you needed. And then you look at like, oh, right, so the standard tube's going to cost this much, but you could spend a little bit more. And if you're spending that anyway, a couple £100 more, you've got the HD Gen 2 Plus. Like, you need Gen 2 Plus minimum.
Well, and you've now got companies like Scott Country that are doing finance on Fleur, Pulsar.
So that one, I pay 50% down and I finance 50% of it because it was 0%, and it's you know, I didn't want to drop all that. I got Christmas plans. I didn't want to drop it all on a set of nods. I had other things to do with it. But but I don't think people should. I don't want people to feel that they need it to enjoy Milsim. You don't. I think get it if you want that extra immersion, that extra experience from Milsim. Because I'm not gonna lie, it is sick. Like literally like gearing up to go on a night op and dropping your nods down, like just going at it is sick. But you don't have to have it. You know, you could easily do a Milsim without nods and go out at night. Because the thing is, what happens anyway? It goes white light anyway, right? So, but yeah, like it is sick. But you don't need it. I wouldn't break the bank. If you can't afford it, don't get it. Like at the end of the day, it's like it's a hobby. Like you know what I mean? It's spend as much as you want to spend. Not, you know, don't get into debt over airsoft.
Well, in the same way that you were saying about Cry not being making you the super soldier that everyone thinks it does. I mean, again, that SEO event that we were at the beginning of the year, I think between your guys who had all split off to hit the fob that we were in from different sides. You know, you had one group with MV, one group with white light, and I think you had another couple of guys with thermal as well.
So, yeah, we had 2 guys running nods on that op, and there's one of the guys that had nods had a thermal, which we ended up just not using.
Whereas we robbed a thermal off of one of the guys that decided to get his head down for a while. stuck the guy up in the tower, covered him over with shit so no one could see him, and then he was just pointing out where you guys were to me and a buddy who were at the base of the tower. And it was one of the best skirmishes we'd had. And that was just one of the Torrey Pines little T20 thermals, and that thing is epic. If you're going to buy one bit of thermal imaging kit or night kit, that I think is a must-have.
So Steve on our team has got bottomless pockets, and he's got nods and thermal. And we were at Seni, and we were in building 6. And so me and Steve were green eyes, but Al didn't have his. Al's now got duals, like he's gone mad, like it's sick. But he didn't have his nods then. So I was like, right, you take the thermal, because nods are great, but people think they're better than what they are. It's not like you put them on and everyone jumps out and it's like that. Like you just look at everything, and it's like it just illuminates everything. It's still up to your eye. Now thermal, most people know, like it jumps out. So, but you can't walk around with thermal, right? So we're in the window, and I was like, "Ow, just put your just use the thermal as a spotting scope and tell us where they are, because you'll see them before we do on nods, and then we can engage." And it worked a treat. There was like this next to our building, there was like they built like this bit of a rat run, and he's like in the lane. We're just like it was. So using night vision and thermal together is a deadly combination.
And it's finding the right tool for the job, really, isn't it? It's like you say, where thermal will do certain things that night vision won't, and white light does the rest.
Alphonse. Oh, sorry, I've just seen it. So Alphonse is a dude. Everyone should know him. Alphonse, top YouTuber from America, and he's sexy. We've got bromance going on, but
LMG master.
Yeah. That guy's videos are just fucking hilarious. Like they are just, his edits are just one of the best YouTubers I think out there for gameplay. So just shout out to Alphonse. There you go, dude.
I think he gets a shout out every week when he leaves a comment. It's like, oh, Alphonse is here again.
So what's next for Direct Action Group? What you got going on other than the charity game? Is there anything on the bucket list of team vehicle, helicopter insert, riding unicorns into battle? What's next?
I don't know if I can speak about that.
You've got actual unicorns. What?
I don't know if Steve's on. Steve's.
Do we have to invite you back for another episode? Is that what
maybe? Because that helicopter is potential reality. That's all I'm saying.
Awesome.
Wow.
So I don't know. I mean, we've not got anything planned as such. We're planning up to charity game. We're going to see what Milsims are this summer, and throughout the year we'll hit them. I guess it's just like we're just at the minute. There's like 4 of us that have got a real DPM fetish. It's probably the only way to. So we're like building up some like old school kind of loadouts that we'll skirmish in. Because you can't really do Milsim DPM. So we a lot of us are collecting like DDPM and DPM, and we're doing some old school loadouts. We're also going to do like we want to do like an urban like Ranger Green full loadout, which Jono's literally like got his. I think I put a post on our team page. He's got full Ranger Green loadout now, and it looks sick. So I think he's going to rock that to South Coast next month. So I guess it's things like that, like just trying to. I love. Don't get me wrong. I love multicam but I just want to do something a little different at times. That's why I like our team uniforms, like AOR1 trousers, multicam top. Just to be it's not nothing new. It's just to be a little bit different. You don't see that mix a lot anymore. And then you can kind of spot the guys, better than if they're just, you can kind of see a guy in AOR1. Yeah, it's going to be one of our guys. So I like to just mix it up a little bit, do some different loadouts. It'd be cool to get down and do like a DPM, get the team doing that. Just get some cool shots at an event doing DPM. Everyone's like multicam. I get it, it works, but everyone's done it. I just want to like have the team to have its own. I don't want to just be like pigeonholed that we just do NATO multicam. I want us to be, we did the Russian-esque loadout at SEO, and I want us to be like a team that can adapt, and we're not. I don't want us to be defined as much by our kit, just what we can kind of do. So I guess what we want to try and do is get some more training days in. We kind of train on the fly ops. So like what we'll do is when we're patrolling, like Smallsy will take point, and then Nick will radio just little kind of tactical, like pull back, wait for this, whatever. So we kind of learn as we play. But I want to do some training days. Want to play a bit more of Tim and Richie. I know Tim's mad busy. Do some stuff with them. They've got some cool stuff behind the scenes going on. So I want to get involved in that. I just want to get. I don't know. I just want to hit as many events with the team. Get a good rep. That's all I care about. Like I don't care about getting free stuff. I don't necessarily care about like YouTube and being like and doing anything like that. I just want us to get just to work. So if we turn up to an event and someone says we need you to do that tasking, that we get that tasking done, and people can depend on direct action group. That's my goal for the team anyway.
Kick doors, have a good time.
Yeah, exactly.
Get the job done.
The thing. Like we literally we'll go to an event and we'll especially when we're like kicking doors and that, like we'll take that part seriously, but we have a laugh. Like we have so much banter, and I think people kind of forget that. Like when we need to, we switch it on, and that's what we love. We love going a bit serious and like going ham on people, but then we'll have a right laugh at the same time doing it. So, and I think that's the most important thing, isn't it? Like have fun.
Otherwise, why do it?
Yeah, we're playing dress up like toy guns. Like it's supposed to be fun, right? I just want the team to like, the good thing is like we're quite new. I mean, we really formed, I guess, end of last year, really beginning of this year. Smallsy was like the last edition, and so the last kind of like 4 months is just not everyone knew each other. Right, but now because we go to events together and we've got the group chat, like everyone's just gelling, like, and it's like we are like a solid team now, and I think we've just got to build on that. You see a lot. You see some like teams, and they have the patch, but you just there's like you just kind of they go off and do their own thing, and they don't operate as a team. Like whereas we will operate as a team when we're at events and stuff. So I want us to be a team. Like it's easy to put a patch on and be meant to go, yeah, we're a team, and then if they blow the whistle and you just run off and you're basically at skirmish as an individual. Like we run it as a and everyone's got
a team of skirmishing. A team of skirmishing where you may just go 100 different directions. Like my guys, we all have a patch and we all get there together and have fun there. But once you're out on the field, it's every man for themselves.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's fine. Like, that's cool. Like I think that's cool. It's just.
But it's a different element. You can't do that at Milsim. Well, you can. You're going to get destroyed.
Like I mean, we like so. What I said is like when we're at skirmishes, we take it. Like I said to the guys, like when we do Milsims, like I want us to have game face on, get that rep. But when we're at skirmish, it's like wear whatever loadout you want, run whatever gun you want. Let's have a laugh. Let's have just a tear up. But ultimately, if we're at skirmish, we're on comms and we do our thing. But skirmishes, we kind of just relax it and just say, let's have a laugh. Like, because I don't want to be like, oh, you've got to wear AO1 trousers and multicam top. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if some guys wants to do like Russian loadout or contractor loadout, or like Ray's got like this sick, like proper old school SAS blackout loadout from like the embassy. You know what I mean? Like, run that. That's cool. Like, and I want to do other rigs. So the skirmish is a way of the guys just to do their own thing, and then when we're at like a battle sim or a meal sim, we kind of like that's when we get a bit more serious and go at it.
Have you had anyone turn up and sort of wearing ARO1 trousers and multicam top, and then just sort of try and play alongside.
No.
That isn't happening.
No.
It's coming. It's going to happen.
Gonna be your friend.
I get that on DMs a lot. Like, I get people like, "Oh, I'm really good. Ask this person," and I'm like, "You're probably better than me, but the team is 8 people. We've gelled. Like, we can't just add a random bloke in because they say like the thing is like,
okay, I'll stop messaging you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Jim, I'm telling you, mate, just forget it. No, so we get,
I am good, I promise.
So I get a lot of people, not a lot, but I get people like asking Tim. That's cool. Now the thing is, we play alongside a lot of friends that we know anyway. And so if a place opened up, I would probably ask the people we know. Charlie Cage, yeah. You know it, Charlie. Charlie's just thrown me off. I get a lot of people ask about like joining the team and that, but we've got a solid team, and I just want to keep it that way. And if someone did leave, like, we know people who we would ask to join. There's guys that we play with. We've done like the battle sim smallsy with like Brian's, like, he's the sound guy, like he would fit into the team. So I know guys, not necessarily that want to join, but I know guys that I would ask. I wouldn't just go, oh, some random person has DM'd me. Never don't even know their first name. Yeah, join team, mate. I sound like a bit of a dick, and I guess it's nice that people like think we're cool, but we're not. Like, if you want to join the team, that's cool. But it's it is what it is. But we do get a few people. I get a few people that kind of message me about that. But
and do you encourage those people to go and start their own teams though, as like a way of like, if you like what we do, well then just use that.
I just say to them like,
feed off
it. Do you know what? Like, if you inspire someone, how amazing is that? If someone like starts a team.
I don't know. I've never inspired anyone.
No, I don't think
except maybe the drink. I don't know.
Like, if someone did, that would be sick. But I just say to them, like, really appreciate your interest. But I said, we all know each other. It's more, do something with your mates. And I know not everyone's got friends that do it, but I met, apart from Aaron, everyone on the team I met through Airsoft. So that's how I did it. I met Nick. I was like, yeah, he's an ex-bootneck, so he's a bit wrong in the head. He'll fit in. And you meet people and you go, oh man, they'd be good in the team. So I think for people out there that want to start a team or something, just meet people.
Danny from Newport asking the dream. You are part of a team, Danny.
Danny wants to join Jim's team.
Nobody wants to join my team.
So it's just
any team that would have me for a member is not a team I want to join.
Jim, you're too harsh on yourself. You're a top dude. No, I would say just to people, just meet people with Airsoft, and don't rush into it. Just like meet people and do a couple of games with them and go, if they're into the same kind of stuff, then yeah, like, start a team. It's easy. When I said same kind of stuff,
bestiality and
yeah.
I was to say
that was a prerequisite for my team.
Jim's team is Stockholm syndrome. That's basically it. If you want to team, that's your problem.
He kidnaps you, puts them in the basement for 6 months, then you fall in love with them.
Nobody knows if we're in a team or not, and I'm not even sure if those people are real. I think that may be just years of alcohol abuse. I see airsofters
everywhere.
So, but just looking at the time here, it's getting to that point. I think it's time to wrap up. But if there's anyone else you want to give a shout out to, Stu, or anyone that you think deserves throwing under the bus, now's the time to do it.
I wouldn't say that. No, just all the boys on Direct Action Group, just absolute sound guys. I just want to say I will be posting up about tickets for the event. So I get a lot of DMs, people asking for tickets. It will go on sale probably next week. The event's not till June anyway, so chill. Just shout out to JTAC Customs for sorting us out with the grenades for Dan's daughter, and obviously Tac Belts for making those sick patches. Patrol Store for sending it all out. And just anyone that like doesn't send me weird DMs.
I'm sorry.
Jim, terrible. No, just shout out to all the boys. You know who you are. And thanks guys for having me.
It's a pleasure, mate. Absolute pleasure, and hopefully this will be the first of several appearances of you and the rest of the dad guys. It'd be nice to get Nick and Smallsy and the illustrious John, if he's not behind enemy lines somewhere doing some James Bond shit or whatever it is he does.
Yeah, John does some crazy. I've got a 4 to 5 hour driving on Friday, and I'm gonna bleed him for information of his past. It's very cagey.
Just do it as a live feed on Instagram. You'll never know.
Oh yeah, I will.
So that's this weekend. You're at Stirling.
Yeah.
And what about everyone else? Where's everyone else this weekend?
I don't know if the boys are playing. The next one where most of us are playing is South Coast on the 12th of May. We've got to book that up. So if anyone's down there on the 12th of May, I think the guys from, I know Chris from Trident Gear Co. Shout out. He's going to come down and join us. So we'll have a few boys down there. So that'd be a good little skirmish. So that should be
cool.
Good. So
cool.
Down.
What about you, Sarah? Where are you at this weekend?
Oh, I'm back down at AAA again, getting my CQB fix. So might have a couple more unicorns or devil horns. You never know.
Nice. Boomer was in the comments earlier, so maybe everyone on that one.
Yeah.
What about you, Graham?
I am not playing at the moment. I'm still having issues with my knee, so I'm currently off at the moment. But what I am doing is launching the giveaway of the Modifier XTC, which you can see behind me on the wall. We have a Modifier XTC to give away in collaboration with Longbow, along with Giddy Suit, Sprinter Customs gear, Giddy Suit, and that's all going to be announced tomorrow on the Airsoft Nation page, along with a whole lot of review stuff coming out in the next couple of weeks.
So let's get on to the Airsoft Nation app or the Airsoft Nation Facebook page, and if you're not on either, shame on you. Because one day when Facebook ends, and it will end, it'll be the only place that's left for Airsoft.
I'm not on Facebook. Hate it.
Absolutely.
Join the revolution, Jim.
I'm only on it for work. And to hook up with ex-girlfriends. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. But again, thank you, Stu, for taking some time out this evening to talk to us. If you're not already following him, it's at Beefy_Milsim to see what's happening in the world, or it's Direct Action Group is at direct_action_group. Am I right in saying, Stu?
Yeah. Sounds right. Sounds about right.
Just put it in search, you'll find it.
Yeah.
And the Facebook group is pretty empty, the Facebook page, so definitely do the Insta.
I'm not sure we even had one. I think Nick might have started. I'm not on Facebook, and I think we
it's got two photos.
Nick, can you sort it out, mate? Because come on, two photos.
Come on, Nick. Public relations here. We need all these photos.
I'm
just on Instagram, so if you want to follow me or the team, do it. Get involved.
Cool, awesome. Well, I think that's about all we've got time for tonight. Until next Monday, because God knows there's nothing else to do on a Monday night. Fuck Game of Thrones. It's rubbish. So until then, thank you again, and thanks to everyone for tuning in. If you haven't already got onto Airsoft Nation and liked it and followed it, then please do. Likewise, Airsoft Radio is on Instagram. At the moment, it's just run by me, so there's very little going on there, but it will announce where our next guest, or when our next guest is coming on, and who he or she may be. Likewise, Airsoft Nation on Instagram, although Graham's terrible at Instagram side of things and would rather you went to Facebook. Sacrilege. And obviously follow Sarah at Callsign_Tactiquinn, and we'll see you next Monday.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Peace out.